Hey, what's going on, guys? Wanted to make a video today because I think what we're getting ready to see is a small correction in Bitcoin, and I think we got the confirmation when we broke down here. Um, these blue lines I have been drawing. Well, before I get into it, it's not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence. All of this is simply my opinion. Research. Past performance is never an indicator of future performance. So, definitely do your due diligence before investing. So, anyways, I want to get into the analysis for Bitcoin because Bitcoin, we've seen quite a strong movement from this base. So I'm not using the log chart today. This is actually just a regular, it's just the Coinbase daily chart. And I thought it'd be important to show the daily time frame because I think what's setting up here is this is a head and shoulders pattern I think we're starting to see. Some people may call it a cup and handle because it's going up and then it's going to come down and then we'll probably get a break, but this looks like a shoulder to me. This looks like a head, and I think we're going to see another correction maybe to 8,500. I think we'll definitely go below 9,000, and then I think anywhere under 9,000 is where I'm going to look to scale in. I took a small portion off around 10.4 at this resistance line. I was looking at this resistance point when we saw the rejection. So, I guess you got to think about it. We're moving in this huge kind of log scale, right? And now I think what's setting up here is we saw like we saw a really big break from 73 pretty much all the way to 10,000. So I mean, you saw close to a 50% move, and I mean, to think it's gonna keep going up, I mean, that'd be kind of ridiculous. I know we've seen that before. I know we have seen it before, guys. We saw it right here where we just kept going up. But I think we're gonna see one of those quick corrections. And I think what's gonna form here is if we start dipping below, that's going to be confirmation to me, especially if we get below 9,500, 9,600 region and this $9,500 area, then I think that's going to be confirmation to me that we're going to go down, bottom out, and then start rising up. And when we break this blue trend line, I think we're going to see a nice pop and really just kind of explode up. But until then, I think we're going to have a pullback in alts, Bitcoin, a little bit of everything. I did mention in the last video that, I do think we got confirmation that the Bitcoin dominance trend is changing after 2 years. Ethereum broke a huge barrier, breaking over that 0.025. Go check out the Ethereum analysis video if you haven't already, just to get a feel for, what we're looking at. But I see this neckline right here serving as resistance, and we've seen a couple spikes, but a lot of closes below. And I think now we're getting ready to kind of correct. We had this little ascending wedge, and now it's kind of breaking down. So I think we're going to see a little pullback here, and then we're going to really get ready to just start moving up again. So get your buys ready, people. I think a little correction's coming. Don't forget, we saw head and shoulders in here. We had the shoulder, head, and then shoulder, and then we kind of blew up. And now it looks like we're forming an even bigger head and shoulders. We don't know if it's going to be a head and shoulders pattern. I just have this theory just because this neckline looks so nice. This shoulder looks very clear to me. This head looks very clear to me. So if we see a head and shoulders, then I think we're going to be in a really good position to break through. And just doing an amplitude test of, the top line to the bottom. So, 62 to 4,000. So basically, when we break this wedge, it's going to take us well over 13.9. So we're going to go over 14,000 when we break this wedge based on the amplitude test. So I think we're going to have to correct a little bit. As I said, quarter two is always big, especially towards the latter half of quarter two. We always see a big runoff. run up to Bitcoin, and we got the halving coming up. So, definitely some things to think about. It makes sense that we're going to correct now for a few weeks before we really start taking off. And I think, you know, it, there's going to be some buying opportunities anywhere along here where you're buying because, in a few months, it's going to be obsolete. I've said this so many times, like, as we were coming down here, even if you were buying longs here at 97 or 10 or 11, as time passes, those investments begin to look better and better and better. And especially here, when we're down in this accumulation zone, I mean, go watch my previous videos. I was emphasizing this whole time that, hey, this is the point where you want to accumulate and really start locking up positions because we're never going to see these prices again and we're getting ready to break out, And you know what? That's exactly what happened. And I'm telling you guys again, careful, but we're going to see a correction and, don't bank on 7,500 because that's probably not going to happen. 7,800, I doubt that happens either. Even getting here is quite a stretch. I'll have some money just in case, but for the most part, I'm gonna want to start scaling in like as we start moving down here. All right, because you know this is gonna be the last little pullback before we just kind of start shooting up, and I think from there, depending on the moves we make, it's time to test all-time highs, guys. Over the next couple, by June 8th, I think that's where my new target is for 20K. I had to rearrange one of my resistance points, and I talked about the blue line and the green line where all-time highs were meeting at a confluence, and you can't see them here, but go check out the other videos so you can get a feel for that. Originally, we thought that middle May we were going to see 20,000, but I adjusted the line, and the new date, the new target for 20K is probably going to be around the first or second week of June. So I think we're going to hit 20K sometime around May or June time. And yeah, guys, like, all-time highs are gonna come. So we're about to retest the high from 2017. And if you waited for 3 years, kudos to you, to break even on if you were buying at the top. But you're still gonna make a lot of money. So be patient, don't get out. Don't get out if you really believe in it. If you don't, then all respect to you. Like I said, not financial advice, but we're going to see a pullback. This may be the last pullback before we really start pushing all-time highs. Make sure, anywhere around here is a good buying opportunity because come a month, 2 months, 3 months from now, you're going to be like, okay, I'm so happy I was buying here. All right, so could see a little, a sharp sell-off, a little consolidation, then a capitulation, and then boom, we're just going to start shooting up again. So get ready for that, guys. That's all for today. Not really too much to say. We've seen an amazing run in altcoins. We've seen an amazing run in Bitcoin, and it's time to give some of those gains back. And then let's get ready for that next leg, all right? All right, guys, so maybe I'll make another video on the weekly close. Maybe I'll cover Ethereum today. Not too sure, but leave a comment if there's any other videos you guys want to see or any topics you want me to discuss from a technical analysis standpoint. But until then, guys, you guys have a good one, and we'll see you later.